you guys? Welcome back. If you're new, welcome. And today we're going to be playing with some more CxC Beauty. So right off the launch of their Enchanted Chateau, their Gothic Romance palette, which they created right off of using Enchanted Chateau and X-Ray palette, they came up with another combination palette called Out of Luck, and it just launched. You can use my code to save. I do earn a small commission off of sales using my code, but we're gonna do a look off of that today. I don't actually have that palette, but I do have the two palettes that it is created out of. So that's what we're gonna do today, because I am all for the dark, spooky green vibes. Hi, loving it. Now, I do want to address something before we really get into it, because there's been a lot of heat. Like, they actually got shared by Trendmood, which is amazing. Could not be prouder. But I saw a lot of people in the comments talking about the AI created art. And, you know, I don't feel like there's a lot of people that have really educated themselves about creative AI art, stuff like that. Like, if you Google it, like, yeah, you're going to see some negative things, but if you keep looking, you see a lot of positive things that are completely contradicting all the negative things. So really, it's just a matter of informing yourself and knowing what you're doing. And I truly believe that Tony and Christian would not be creating AI art pieces for their work if they hadn't done the research and, like, decided it was something when they wanted to go ahead with. You know what I mean? Like, they're not dumb. They're gonna look into something before they decide, okay, this is the direction that we're gonna go. Because, you know, there was one palette, I think there's actually a couple of palettes where they hired an artist to create the art for the palettes, but then, you know, they had to have the artist come in and do the artwork on each palette before they could ship it out and stuff like that. It was too time consuming, it was too expensive, and so they kind of broke away from that, and they, you know, started doing their own stuff. Like these, I'm not sure if these were created before they got into the AI, or if this is just something that they worked up on their computer. I'm not sure, but I just feel like we need to educate ourselves more about AI art before we decide to, you know, say horrible things on the internet about brands using AI art. Like, I know the whole big thing at the very start of it was that AI art was stealing art from other artists. But here's the thing, AI art generators only use public domain pictures and stuff like that to create art. And it usually is just using little bits and pieces of other art and compiling it. So if it looks similar to another artist's work, it really shouldn't, because they're using hundreds of pieces of art to create one piece. But also, if you don't want your art used, and you're posting it on social media or public platforms and stuff like that, watermark your stuff and it won't show up in searches. I watermark all of my photos that I post up on Instagram and Twitter. If you watermark your stuff, it can't be used. So, easy argument solved right there. If you don't want your stuff used, watermark it, and then it's not going to be in an AI generator. You're fine. I don't know. I feel like people need to be more educated. I myself need to be more educated, but I'm educated enough to know that everything that everyone thought initially has been addressed, and they have moved forward with further generations of AI generators and stuff like that. You know what I mean? Initially, yeah, that might have been happening, but then they're like, oh, you know, and they went back and fixed it. You know, Samsung, I mentioned this to someone else, they're launching a brand new phone, the Samsung S24, which makes me feel like my phone is completely outdated now. But their whole, you know, way of getting people in to buy this phone is that it's featuring Galaxy AI. So AI wouldn't be a horrible thing if huge companies weren't already using it also. You know what I mean? If you're going to come for CxC for using AI generated art on their, you know, palettes, why are we not having the same energy with Samsung? I'm just saying, it's a little silly. I don't care if they're using AI generated art, as long as the makeup itself is properly shown, and it is. That's really all I care about. Is like if you're using AI generation to like show off like blush or something, but it's not actually your actual product, that's an issue for me. But that's not what they're doing. They're just showing AI, like they're using AI to showcase their stuff. Like the AI stuff is in the background, but their actual product is what's featured. You know what I mean? So like that's just not an issue for me. And I don't understand why everyone has their panties in a wad. So can we just grab and pluck those panties and get on with our lives? Thank you. All right, so let's get into the look now. This is, I believe, generated from gamma ray and X-ray palettes. Tony, feel free to correct me if I'm wrong there, but I was looking at the shimmers and I'm like, I know those shimmers. That's from the gamma ray. I initially thought it was Lady Luck and X-ray because, like, luck, but I don't think it is. I think it's gamma ray. So that's what we're going to do, is we're going to jump back and forth between the gamma ray palette and the X-ray palette and create something gloriously dark and foreboding. All right, so now that my spiel is over, I'm sorry, there was a lot of heat on CxC in particular under their post, and I did not like that. I did not like seeing that. That was like a happy moment for all of us to support the brand, and then it got ruined by people being butt munches. And I'm not here for that. Get your butt munch energy out of here. All right? So, just calling it like I see it. Butt munch energy. 2024. Okay. I know I want to do a duochrome over the lid, so I'm going to start off with a black all the way across the lid, so we're going to look real crazy. Just have fun with it. We're going to go in with Secrets. Okay, now from there we're going to take Head in Space and blend that out a little further. Then, what's that called? We're going to take Rampage and blend that up. Okay, now, I think while I'm still in the Gamma Ray palette, we're going to go ahead and do, we're going to do Fallout across the lid. Okay, now we're going to hop back over to the X-ray palette, and we're going to take Secrets underneath. Okay, and then we're going to blend that out with Head in Space. I think I've kind of been enjoying doing like a full white under eye. I don't know why, but I'm going to do that, and then we'll do our rest of our shimmers. I'm really tired. I'm sorry. I'm not thinking right. Now, to tie the kind of gold green shimmer in with the black, I'm going to go in with Ultrasound. Okay, and then for the under eye and the underbrow highlight, I'm gonna go in with Atom. Okay, so there is our look. I'm gonna do liner, lashes, and the wig, and we'll be back with the finished product. And here we are with the finished look. I feel gorgeous. I tried to do like a little Y2K pigtail thing. I don't know. I'm still a baby at learning how to style wigs, y'all. I'm trying. But I think this look is very cute. It's very dark. It's very green. And I love it. So if you like dark green looks, I highly recommend that you check out the new Out of Luck palette from CxC Beauty. If you already have Gamma Ray and X-Ray, you're set. You don't need to buy anything. But if you don't, you need to go on their website and get that in your cart. And you can use code Alana to save, as always, but you know. I was going to mention this and I totally forgot until like after I already took everything down. So, also, I noticed a lot of people complaining about the artwork just because they just generally didn't like the artwork. Since they do everything themselves in their lab, they do have blank palettes just sitting around. So, like, if you leave, like, a little, like, where it says, like, note when you're checking out and say, can I have this in a blank palette, please? They'll do it. Like, they're so easy to work with because they do everything themselves in their own labs. So, like, they can totally just give you a blank palette if you want one. Just throwing it out there, because I noticed a lot of people either didn't like it because it was AI generated, or they didn't like it because it just creeped them out. Which, you know, I was traumatized by Stephen King's It as a child, so I understand creepy leprechauns, the Leprechaun movie series. I get it. I get it. Although, if it makes you feel any better about Leprechaun, or maybe I'm ruining things for you, the same guy that played the Leprechaun was also the one that played Flitwick in the Harry Potter movies, and also he played Willow in the Willow movie. So, like, does that make it better, or does that make it worse? Did I just ruin Harry Potter for you? I'm sorry. Just felt like I needed to step on a little box and talk about the whole AI thing, because I felt like everyone was really coming for CxC about that, and there was one person in particular who was being the loudest. And honestly, I don't know who this kid is, but not for the attitude. Not for it. Glad that I wasn't following him, because that would have been an instant unfollow and block. Okay? So yeah. Just, you know, do some research before you form an opinion. It's that easy. Google is free. That's what I did. Just saying. Just throwing it out there. Google is free. Use it. Okay? Alright. So I hope you guys enjoyed this, and I will see you in the next one. Love you. Bye.